Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoy these videos, please click like and subscribe. And if you click the little bell, you'll be notified of future videos. Today we have a sad story of an unexplained disappearance of Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. On April 1st of 2014, Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon left their host family's house to take the family's dog on a walk through the Panama jungle. It would be the last time that anyone would see them. On April 1st of 2014, Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon disappeared from the scenic forest of the Baru volcanic in Boquete, Panama. They were students from Amersfoort in the Netherlands, and they had spent 6 months planning their trip to Panama, which was supposed to serve as part vacation and part service trip. They planned on spending some time hiking, touring, volunteering with the local children, teaching arts and crafts, and learning Spanish. The two women had been hiking around the Panama jungle for the past 2 weeks as part of a backpacking mission trip and intended to stay for the next 4 weeks with their host family to volunteer at the local school. When they waved goodbye to their family at 11 a.m. on April 1st, they were never seen again. They had written a Facebook post in which they wrote about their intention to tour the local village. They also wrote that they had brunch with 2 fellow Dutchmen before embarking on their hike. On the night of April 1st, the host family noticed something was wrong. Their dog had returned safe and sound, but alone, the girls were nowhere to be found. The host family searched the area around the home and then decided to wait until morning to alert the authorities. On April 2nd, Kremers and Froon missed an appointment with a local tour guide who was supposed to take them on a private walking tour of Boquete, which prompted the host family to alert the authorities. The next morning, an aerial search of the forest was conducted, as well as a foot search of the village and the lightly wooded area by the locals. By April 6th, the 2 women were still missing. Fearing the worst, the Kremers and Froon families flew to Panama, bringing with them detectives from the Netherlands. Along with local police and dog units, they searched the forest for 10 days. Days turned into weeks, and weeks still not any sign of Kremers or Froon. Then, as the police were slowing their search efforts, a local woman turned in a blue backpack, claiming to found it in a rice paddy along the banks of the river. Inside the backpack were 2 pairs of sunglasses, $83 in cash, Froon's passport, a water bottle, and 2 bras. Here's a picture of them. Looked like they were having a really good time. This is a picture, their missing picture with their final picture that they took. And this is the final picture that they took. Most importantly, inside was Froon's camera and both women's cell phone. The police immediately investigated the camera and phones and came up with disturbing evidence. The phones had remained in service for almost 10 days after the women disappeared. Over just 4 days, 77 separate attempts had been made to call the police via 112, the emergency number in the Netherlands, and 911, the emergency number in Panama. Using call logs, police were able to come up with an outline of the time the girls spent missing in the forest. The first 2 emergency calls had just been hours after they had begun their hike to the 112 emergency number. Due to the dense jungle, neither of the attempts went through. In fact, out of 77 calls, only 1 managed to make contact but broke up after 2 seconds. Police discovered on April 6 several unsuccessful attempts were made to unlock Kremers' phone with an incorrect PIN number. It never received the correct number again, and by April 11th, both phones were dead. Though the call log was disturbing, it was nothing compared to the camera. The photos taken the morning of April 1st, when the women had left their hike, showed them on the trail near the Continental Divide, and though nothing about them led police to become suspicious, the second set of photos were worrisome. They had taken in the dead of the night between the hours of 1 and 4 a.m. on April 8th, and they showed the girls' belongings spread out on rocks, plastic bags, candy wrappers, oddly piled mounds of dirt, a mirror, and most worrisome, the back of Kremers' head with leaking blood from her temple. After investigating the area where the backpack had been found, the police uncovered Kremers' clothing neatly folded along the edge of the river. 2 months later, in the same area, a pelvic bone and a foot still inside the boot were found. Soon after, the bones of both women were discovered. Lisanne Froon's bones looked as if they had decomposed naturally, as though bits of flesh were attached to them. Now let me tell you that there was really in all 2 ribs, 1 foot, and a pelvis. So that was not the whole bodies have never been found. That's it. So Kremers' bones were stark white and looked as if they had been bleached. Police questioned locals, tour guides, and other hikers who'd been in the area, but nothing besides the photos and call logs provided them with any evidence as to what happened. There's many YouTube channels that have proven that as false. So wherever this article is written, it's probably propaganda that I'm reading from. But it doesn't matter because we're going to dive into it with tarot cards. So we'll just take everything here with a grain of salt. There wasn't even enough evidence to determine the cause of death. So what we have here is 2 young girls. This was the backpack with the 2 sunglasses, the bras, the cell phones, and it was dry. It was dry in a rice paddy field. Okay, folks, that sounds suspicious. So I try not, in cases like this, to do a whole lot of research because I really like going into the reading with not as much information. So that's why I breeze through this. There's other channels that thoroughly cover every bit of this quite well, but I am going to instead utilize the tarot cards to gain information. I use a variety of decks, and the first one that I'm going to use is going to be the Universal Weight. I don't do anything special for shuffling. Actually, it's pretty ugly the way I shuffle, but it's just the way I do. And so your questions on how you ask this are very important. In fact, your question is everything. So the first thing I want to do is I just want to simply ask the cards at a high level, what happened to Kris and Lisanne? What happened to them on the night or around April 1st of 2014? What happened to them? Tell the story. So I'll see what the cards have to say for telling the story. Card number 1. So they were expecting to go to work, looks like they were going to go to work at the local school. So this was going to be a part working, part vacation. So this is kind of validation of that they were going to go to work or that they went to work. And this is a woman. Now this woman would be somewhat wealthy and somewhat independent. And I see a little house in the background. And I see a snail, something slow. Well, we do understand that it took like 4 days for the police to even do an investigation, which is not surprising in another country. I'll see if I can get the lighting here better. So at this point, they're going to work. There's some woman. So this is interesting. There's another woman, and here's some water and some trees, and this is the Empress. So what happened to them here? They were expecting to work. This could actually be them showing up or being in the area that they claimed that they were at in the area, and this person doesn't look like she's out of place. And the Empress is showing a stream, and this is a field, but this is a wheat field. And so I'm going to continue the story. I'll do 3 more cards on top of this with the Universal Weight of what happened to Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. What happened to them? Where are they now? This is moving, traveling. This is traveling. This is traveling. Okay. Traveling. Let's, we'll just keep pulling more cards. Child card. Traveling and the child. Traveling, and this is the child. The page is a child. Okay, so we're oh, I bet the Empress was the host family. I bet this was the host family, the Empress, taking care of people. She likes to nurture. So they showed up thinking to work. This would be the village and kind of the terrain. And this would be, I'm thinking, because the Empress takes care of people, I'm thinking that would be the host family. But then traveling. And this is child and secrets. Secrets. Traveling, children, secrets. The High Priestess is secrets. Traveling, children, secrets. Traveling. There's water in both these cards. Traveling over water. All right. This is weird. Okay, let's get another deck out. This is my Haunted House Tarot deck. All right, and we're going to start pulling cards on this. And I'm going to ask, well, actually, before I do this, I want to ask if was there any foul play in this? Was there any foul play? Foul play meaning someone like stole them or kidnapped them. Was there any foul play in this? Let's just do that with this deck first. Okay, I feel like stopping there. So this is the two of Wands. This is the world, another part of the world. And this is seeing things from a higher view. He's up on the second floor looking at this from a higher view, and be patient and waiting. Be patient and waiting. Okay. So I'm going to go to the Haunted House Tarot. Was there anything suspicious going on with the disappearance of these two young women? Oh, what is that? That must be looks like the Tower card. And so this was an upsetting event. There was an upsetting event. That's the Tower card. Now, what's weird about this is she's grabbing the back of her head, and there was one of the pictures that was the back of one of their heads bleeding or something. Was there foul play involved in this? What is that? Stalked? What is he doing? And this was at night, or it feels like at night. And this is the King of Wands, I believe. And so there's a person there's a person, King of Wands. Let's keep going. So you have to look at these cards kind of carefully. Eight of Wands. Stalking a certain area. Stalking, fire. There's fire here, fire. This is kind of weird. Let's go on to Anna Kay. Let's just continue with open questions. Tell us what or where are Lisanne and Kris? I don't know if we should ask separately, if they'd be in separate. Let's do Kris. I just don't want to confuse the cards. Where is Kris right now? Where is Kris right now? The world. Okay, so this is the world. And we'll pull one more card. The group of people. And where is Lisanne? I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. Where's Lisanne right now? Eight of Wands. We got Eight of Wands here. Eight of Wands lit on top of Eight of Wands. That's a little weird. Okay. Let's take a look at this now, folks. And if you notice anything, be sure to leave comments. With a group of people. So with a group of people, and the world could mean literally another part of the world. They're in a whole nother part of the world. The Four of Pentacles, Lisanne is fearful. Like there's people watching her, she's fearful. This is the Eight of Wands, getting a document, or in a house getting some kind of a secret document or a document. I don't understand why her hands are like that and what is going down here. Her hand, and then something's leaking down here, because this looks like just a nice clean shadow, but what's What is that? Nothing here is indicating to me that they have passed away, which is kind of weird because I expected them to be passed away if they found pieces of their bones. Oh, let's ask that. Let's ask the Robin Wood deck this time. Let's ask the Robin Wood, are the bones that were found, do those bones belong to the girls? Eight of Cups, and that's leaving. So we've got traveling and leaving. Leaving at night. But I want to know about the bones. That's a Strength card. This doesn't answer my question. If they are, so this is a wounded foot. Like he's holding his foot up like he's wounded. So it almost makes me believe that if that they could be wounded somehow, like I'll put one more card. Maybe the cards are confused by what I asked. The King of Cups. Somebody's got a plan. Somebody's got a plan. Let's just continue with the haunted house. This looks very strange. What's going on with these girls? Are these there was one YouTuber who thought that the girls might have been trafficked. Let's see if I can ask the card. Let's ask a different deck altogether. Let's do this one. Witch Tarot, Witch's Tarot. Were these girls part of a human trafficking? Did these girls disappear as part of a human trafficking? Knight of Pentacles. That's people. Queen of Wands. More people. Human trafficking, and we're getting all the court cards. That's a little interesting. Three of Pentacles is a plan. This is a plan, and I asked if it was human trafficking. Humans. We get the two court cards. Human trafficking. I think that one YouTuber who, can't remember his name, but I briefly watched his channel, because there's nothing here to me indicating that these girls are deceased. It looks like they were moved. They were moved because there's cards here indicating movement. Somebody taking them away. Look at, they had to be hidden. They were hidden, cloaked. And so, okay, all right. If they were human trafficked, different deck, can we get them back? Are we going to be able to get these girls back? Are we going to be able to get these girls back to their homes? Oh my gosh, is that the Three of Pentacles again? It is. Three of Pentacles with Three of Pentacles. So this is going to take work. Having a plan. Having a plan to get them back. Okay, well, is it going to be successful? Is the plan going to be successful? Oh my gosh, the mother or a woman is having a really major influence on this. There's a woman having a really major influence on this. What will be the outcome for this, for both Kris Kremer? Well, let's do them each separately in case they each have a different outcome. What is the outcome for Kris Kremer? That's the family card. What is the outcome for Lisanne Froon? Please let this be good. That's the child card, the young child, or the young person. It can be, 20-year-olds can be the page, and the moon. She's going to be trickier. It's going to be trickier for her because the moon's deception, illusion, taken somewhere different. I don't think they're together. It looks like the Kremer could eventually be, I'm not making promises. This is just a tarot reading. This is a tarot reading allegedly for entertainment purposes only, but this is the family card, and it looks like if enough money is exchanged somehow, this could happen for her. We're going to pull one more card because the moon is kind of deception, and I don't think they're together anymore. That's anger. That's the Knight of Swords, a lot of anger, and Emperor. Yeah, this is going to be trickier for her. Looks like we, even after all these years, it looks like this is potential. There's a potential. I don't want to give anybody any hope because I'm just reading tarot cards. So I just want to make that clear. Just reading tarot cards. I'm going to pull out of a different deck again. This is the Everyday Witch. Is this human trafficking ring going to be broke up? I don't know how big it is or how wide it is. I'm just going to ask. Six of Wands is success. That's the success card. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be something? The Knight of Wands. Boy, there's a lot of energy going to, and look at the group here. There's a lot of energy going to breaking this up. Wow. Okay, let's just really visualize both of these girls, even after all these years. If they are human trafficked, let's hope that they both can return home. Because this is definitely deception. They were moved. I was going to ask if the Panama country, are they just lying about the hiking in the forest and all that stuff? Is the Panama government being honest? Let's ask that. Is the Panama government being honest? We'll just look at this. Ten of Cups, so they're sticking together because that's a family that sticks together. They're sticking together. The Four of Swords. Yeah. That's kind of the card about being silent. And the Fool. Yeah, they're not making the best decisions. I think maybe they have a sloppy governmental system, I think. Yeah, the Two of Wands. Yeah, they don't act on anything fast. So I'm suspecting that there's corruption around this whole thing because of the Moon card. It's a major card. So I think at this time, boy, send prayers to the family because this is a horrific thing for them to go through. And, I should have moved this over a little bit. Sorry about that. I'm going to really put energy out here that, literally, I'm going to visualize these girls being returned. And I don't care how many years later it is. The sooner. I do care about how many years. I'd like them to come back very soon. But no matter how much time goes by, if people give up, I just don't think that we should give up on this. There is nothing here to indicate that these girls are deceased. So I don't know. Yeah, they found bones. Who has the bones? Did they do other DNA testing on them? And can these girls survive without those bones? If it was a large enough organization that they would say, let's pull a few bones from them. Like the one YouTuber did suggest that. And I thought, well, that's interesting. I mean, it's horrific to think about, but it's interesting. Nothing here to me indicates that they passed away. This indicates that they were moved. So this was an interesting case to do. And let's all send the energy that these girls get returned home safely. That's what we want. So prayers go out to the family and friends of everyone involved in this. This is just a tarot reading for informational purposes only. If any of you spot anything in the cards that I may have missed, please bring it out in the comments because the cards will give you specific hints in the imagery. And so sometimes when I'm going through these videos, I'm going rather quickly so that you're not having a lot of, space of me thinking and watching the card. And so it's possible I could miss something. So go back and listen to this, look at the image of the card and comment below if you have any more hints or you see anything going on the cards that I may have missed. And thank you for watching my channel. And don't forget to click like and subscribe and share this video so we can raise awareness that these two women are out there somewhere, potentially out there somewhere, and we need to have them returned home. Thank you.